The beginning, the one no one wanted. I was a systems engineer assigned to the Coalition Station Haven Spire, a neutral construct drifting between three major star territories. Humans were still considered emotionally volatile by galactic standards, useful for adaptability, but rarely trusted with diplomatic decisions. I had come to the chamber to repair a malfunctioning translation node. Instead, I witnessed a quiet execution. The Varellan candidate has failed compatibility assessment, the presiding arbiter announced. No host species has volunteered. By coalition law, she will be relocated to the outer expanse. The outer expanse. Unregulated space. Minimal protection. A slow sentence disguised as mercy. Arieth lowered her head. Her bioluminescent markings dimmed from pale blue to near darkness, a Varellan sign of internal withdrawal. Emotional shutdown. Something in my chest tightened. I checked my wrist console. I was still logged into the system. Before I could overthink it, I stepped forward. I volunteer. The words echoed far louder than I intended. Every head turned. The arbiter's segmented eyes focused on me. State your authority. I don't have any, I said honestly. But I'm human. We were admitted as hosts under the Accord. Murmurs rippled through the chamber. Humans rarely volunteered. We were known for fear when confronted with the unknown, especially aliens deemed unstable. Arieth looked up. For the first time, our eyes met. Her gaze wasn't pleading. It wasn't hopeful. It was stunned. You understand the risks? The arbiter asked. I do, I replied. That was a lie. But I chose her immediately anyway. The middle, living with the rejected. They assigned Arieth to my residential sector. The transition was difficult. Varellans experienced reality differently. Their senses extended into spectrums humans couldn't perceive. Emotional resonance fields, probability fluctuations, faint electromagnetic currents generated by thought. Being around humans overwhelmed them, which was why so many species avoided hosting them. Arieth rarely spoke during the first few days. She observed, listened, learned. I noticed how she flinched at sudden noise, how she positioned herself near exits, how she never slept deeply. Rejection had taught her caution. One night, while adjusting the gravity stabilizers in our shared quarters, I finally asked, "Why were you rejected?" She hesitated, then answered softly, "Because we change." What do you mean? Varellans adapt emotionally to those around us. Over time, we begin to reflect them. Some species fear losing themselves. I laughed lightly. Humans do that all the time. She studied me with quiet intensity. That is why you chose me. It wasn't a question. As days turned into weeks, something shifted. Arieth began to glow faintly when she smiled, an almost imperceptible shimmer beneath her skin. She asked questions about Earth, about music, about why humans created art when it served no survival purpose. Because it makes the pain mean something, I told her. She remembered that. But the Coalition did not forget her. Reports surfaced of Varellan emotional interference aboard Haven Spire. Equipment malfunctions. Unexplained surges. The Council began an investigation, and Arieth became its focus. They summoned us to the chamber again. The truth they feared. Your presence is destabilizing the station, the Arbiter said to Arieth. Your species was rejected for this reason. Arieth stood silently, her markings flickering erratically. She's not doing this on purpose, I said. She's responding to the environment. Precisely, the Arbiter replied. She cannot control it. Arieth finally spoke. We were once bonded to a single world, she said. When it was destroyed, we learned to adapt or perish. Our emotions evolved as a survival mechanism. We mirror, we stabilize, or we fracture. And right now, the arbiter asked. I am stabilizing, she said quietly. The chamber fell silent. She is, I added. The malfunction stopped weeks ago. Data confirmed it. What the council feared wasn't instability. It was influence. A Varellan integrated with humans could change them, make them more empathetic, more emotionally attuned. Harder to control. Harder to manipulate. The decision was swift. For the safety of the coalition, the arbiter declared, the Varellan known as Arieth will be removed from Haven Spire. My heart dropped. No, I said. You can't just. She is not a citizen, the arbiter interrupted. And neither are you essential. I looked at Arieth. She looked back, calm in a way that frightened me. I expected this, she said gently. You gave me more than I was promised. That's not enough, I said. Sometimes, she replied, it is everything. The ending. The choice that changed everything. They scheduled her transport for dawn. I didn't sleep. Instead, I filed a single transmission, unauthorized, unfiltered, into the Coalition's public record. Every interaction, every data log, proof that Arieth hadn't destabilized Haven Spire. She had healed it. Then I did something no human had ever done before. I resigned my Coalition status. When the guards arrived, they found my quarters empty. Arieth and I stood aboard a small civilian vessel, engines humming softly as Haven Spire drifted away behind us. You're choosing exile, she said. I'm choosing you, I replied. For the first time since I had met her, Arieth's markings flared brilliantly, gold, blue, and white intertwining in patterns I had never seen before. Then I will no longer mirror, she said. I will become. Years later, the Coalition would rewrite the Integration Accord. They would cite a human engineer and a rejected alien woman as the beginning of a new model, voluntary bonds, mutual choice, shared risk. They would never admit the truth, that empathy could not be regulated, that the one they rejected had been the key all along. And somewhere beyond Coalition space, on a quiet world still unnamed, an alien woman and the man who chose her immediately built something no council could ever vote away. A future